Hi everyone, and welcome to today's podcast from Family Foundations Nutrition. My name is Amy, I'm a student from Griffith University, and today I'm going to be talking to you about egg replacements. So egg replacements are usually used by people who may have an egg allergy, or it could be used if you just want to take out eggs from your diet, so if you're vegan for example. So I'm going to show you a few different ways you can cook without eggs. And they use just basic ingredients from the supermarket. So I've got just a basic white vinegar, olive oil, Orgren no egg replacer, some edible gelatin, baking powder, and a banana, or you can use an apple, and some pumpkin. So to start off with, I'm going to use the baking powder one. Now, just before we start, the measurements that I'm going to be using will equate to 1 egg. So if, for example, you're going to be using 3 eggs when you're cooking, just triple the measurements. So with the baking powder, we're going to start off with 1 teaspoon. And then you're going to need 1 teaspoon of water. So this is just sort of room temperature water. I'm cooking, and it's fizzing up a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see. And for that, we'll be using 1 tablespoon of vinegar. There we go. So it's fizzing up quite a lot now. So give it a stir, mix in all of the ingredients, and then just set it aside so the mixture can thicken slightly. Now the next one I'll be using, it's exactly the same measurements, but instead of the vinegar, we're going to be using just a basic olive oil. Now you can use any kind of olive oil, but this is all I've got in the kitchen at the moment, so I'm going to use this one. So again, I'll use 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and a tablespoon of water. There we go. Now this one's fizzing away as well, so just give it a good shake and then I'll put it down. Now the next one we're going to use, so this one's going to involve gelatin. So you need slightly warmer water for this one, so I'll grab mine straight out of the kettle. Although the kettle water's now not exactly 100, it's more like 60 degrees, so it is warm. So I'll grab a teaspoon, and for this one you need 2 teaspoons of gelatin to go with a third of a cup of water. So I'll pop in 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to roughly measure this, and that's going to be a third of a cup. Now, the gelatin's forming a bit of a bolus, so give it a really good stir for this one. Otherwise it won't bind properly if you don't stir it well enough. Okay, now for the last one. We're going to use the Orgren no egg replacer. Now this is basically a thin flour, and it's made out of tapioca, potato and vegetable gums. And this is a great product. I got it from the health food store. It's about $4.50, so it's relatively cheap, and it will last you for ages. So all you need is a teaspoon, and this goes with 2 tablespoons of water, and it will equate to 1 egg. So whip out a teaspoon. So that's roughly a teaspoon. Now I'll add my tablespoons of water to go with that. There you go. And give that a good stir. So it's formed a very milky-like substance. And just pop that aside to set. So you can see we've made up 4 mixtures of the egg replacements, and each of them will be 1 egg. Now the other things you can use when you're cooking is fruits and veggies. So with the savoury foods, I'd suggest going with something like a mashed potato or pumpkin, and just use 1/4 cup of the savoury. If you're making something like cakes or muffins, you can use mashed banana or pureed apple. Add in 1/3 cup of the fruit, and you can just add it in when the recipe says to add in an egg, so it's just a substitute. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the Foundations Nutrition website, which is www.foundationsnutrition.com, and there's also a handout, so you don't need to write these mixtures down, and that's on the website as well under handouts. Have a great day, guys. Hope that helps. Bye.